The community heartbroken and devastated over the loss of 6-year-old Maddox Ritch. Tonight, dozens leaning on each other in a time of need. So
imagine, if you will, no unkind words are spoken, no more hearts are broken.
I will do my best.
Friends and neighbors standing shoulder to shoulder, crying, lighting candles, and remembering a young life taken much too soon.
It's not the ending anyone had hoped for. Earlier today, investigators finding a body believed to be that of the 6-year-old, putting an end to a desperate 6-day search.
Investigators finding the body in Long Creek, just off Old Dallas Road in Gastonia. Hundreds of people have been part of the search for this little boy, and it's clear today's tragic discovery has had an impact on many.
That includes the investigators now tasked with finding out exactly how Maddox ended up in the creek. NBC Charlotte's Savannah Levins has been covering this story from the very beginning. Savannah, this community visibly shaken by today's discovery.
Yeah, Fred, you know, I've been here all week, and all week the air outside of the park here has been bustling with urgency and buzzing with hope, but now it's just kind of deafeningly quiet, and the air is just really heavy with sorrow and loss.
No more babies crying.
I could feel something leave my soul watching the ambulance go by. It was like, you knew what it was. You know what it was. They were taking the baby.
Everyone remembers exactly where they were.
Immediately, I just about broke down.
When everyone's worst nightmare came true all at once.
When the news broke, I literally threw my phone because I was so upset.
God, we thank you for the life of Maddox and how through his short life he has brought this community together.
As the sun set, a final prayer for Maddox.
He is found and he is home, and that's all we ask for.
Parents clutching their babies and each other.
I can't imagine what that mama's going through right now.
There are still more questions to be answered, pain to be healed. But for now, it's just saying goodbye. There is going to be an organized prayer vigil tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Rankin Lake Baptist. They'll also be selling T-shirts inspired by Maddox. They worked with the family on the design. The proceeds are going to help pay for funeral costs and anything the family needs in this horrific time. Reporting live in Gastonia, Savannah Levins, NBC Charlotte.
Community coming together. Savannah, thank you.
Right now, investigators hard at work trying to piece together exactly what happened to little Maddox. There are still a lot of unanswered questions. Perhaps the biggest, we still don't know how his body ended up in that creek, but investigators do say they believe the family's story. One thing that is certain, the investigation far from over. Evan West live at Gastonia PD headquarters. So Evan, what's the latest?
Well, Sarah, first time all week, dozens of first responders actually have the opportunity to lay their heads down and rest, although a few that I spoke with tell me that sleep will be hard to come by not until they find out the official cause of young Maddox's death.
I'm Rob Helton, Chief of Police, and I'm heartbroken.
A search that spanned 6 days and brought out more than 300 rescuers is finally over.
This is not the end that we had hoped for.
Around 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon, a crew of 15 police officers and firefighters were walking along and through the bank of Long Creek, a place they've been many times before.
You would not believe the number of times we've been over and over the same areas.
That's when the light revealed the darkest day in the history of Gastonia's police department. They found the body believed to belong to 6-year-old Maddox Ritch.
The chief and I saw Maddox, and it is absolutely amazing that he was found. It was extremely difficult to see him even when we were standing right next to him.
With the search and rescue effort complete, a new mission begins.
And there's a lot of people that have lost a lot of sleep and are committed to continuing to making sure that we answer every question that we can about where Maddox was, how his movement occurred, and how it was that he ended up where he did.
The next step in this investigation comes from the coroner's office. Maddox's autopsy will be very telling as to whether foul play was involved or not. Reporting live in Gastonia, I'm Evan West for NBC Charlotte.
Just a tragic story, Evan, thank you. And we'll continue covering every angle of this story. Stay with NBC Charlotte on air, online, and inside our mobile app, where we will bring you every development as soon as we get more information.